What's good? It's your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. That time again, your favorite rapper's time, your favorite movie star's time, your favorites' time, your favorite sports athletes' time, your favorite entrepreneur's time, your favorite politician's time. CommenterNation, stand up. Hashtag CommenterNation in the comments below. The grab a drink movement. Grab a drink while the ads run if you don't like the ads running. Let's get into it. Swiftly today. I know I didn't get to it last week, so I had to bring it into the next week. We were talking about the fact that there were rumors of Lil Uzi and Cleo being linked up, where Cleo publicly denied this to be the case. I haven't seen Lil Uzi Vert's comments pertaining to this subject, but I can tell you from the comments Cleo said that that is not the case. Now, these were rumors that were pushed to be true. Why are these type of rumors coming out at this time? Well, there could be a couple of reasons. Number one of the reasons that we do know to be real, that we do know to be, let's say, legit, that's not a rumor because it's legit, is the fact he visited her in Florida. Now, she had an open invitation to many people. Just because he visited her in Florida does not mean something otherwise was going on. What else do we have to look at? He's right now a hit star that we have yet to have heard a song with XxxTentacion, but did he have any connection to XxxTentacion musically? That would be a very questionable thing. We don't even know. We haven't heard any music, or at least I haven't heard any music involving both of them. Could this be him making relations to have a future feature with him on it? If so, it seems he's giving the proper respect to the mother. What we do know to be the truth is XxxTentacion just won an award. So Cleo right now is on the map because her son can no longer accept or stand in the place. So as the rights to his music, I do not presume she has it. But she does have the appeal to reach the right people who may have touch to it, that knows that she should be in a position to kind of, let's say, force her hand. So I call it him being a good businessman by linking up with who's relevant, by knowing who matters, by being in a situation with different people who are relevant to the situation to make things go the way he needs them to go. Because everybody knows right now, because of the situation and status of his life, that he is a major artist to have had music with or to have music with. We seen Lil Wayne was on music with him. And a song, regardless of whether you liked it or not, it's going to be a hit to someone, especially to his fans that get to hear his voice one of the many times that they'll have to hear it in the future, the near future, because of what has really happened to him. Now, there's many different ways we could look at this situation and judge it. But honestly, why were the rumors made? What was the purpose of these rumors? What was the purpose of having any type of inkling of this situation? Louder. It needs to be louder. Somebody had music playing. It wasn't loud enough. What were the purpose of everything linking these two? Now, I seen a photo. The photo just simply had him with his head on her shoulder, taking a normal photo. What is that about? You know what I mean? It's not. Why would I look at this and say these guys are in a relationship? That doesn't really make sense to me. That's not a sensible conclusion to see this. How many times have superstars been presumed to be with someone because they're out with someone? That doesn't really make sense. And how come they don't think the same thing when two male artists are out hanging out real close, buddy-buddy? Are we saying that that's not possible in this day and age? I don't really get it. It doesn't really make sense to me. I'm going to need some deeper information for me to conclude something of that nature. Please. This isn't something simple to say. You're saying that these guys are together because they're out, but honestly, I have no proof of that. Neither do you, other than pictures we're seeing and people saying it. She denied it, so it's not there on the table anymore. So there's no reason for us to think of this. What else could be the reason that these two are making well with each other? Is it because to learn about how X really was? Is he curious because he never had the chance to get to know this guy? Or because natives to PA, both of us being natives to PA, is she looking for some type of information regarding I? See, that was one of the things I thought of it. I keep it real. But honestly, I've listened to Lil Uzi Vert's music, and I know he's seen me direct at him on Twitter and different things. That's also another thing. And as we know, I put my name out there when I also did my thing, because that's the way the media works. That's how social media works. I'm not like the other ones that hide themselves, that hide their identity, and they push stuff to the side, and they don't really want to come out with what's going on. I'm a different person. I do authentic business. I don't hide the business I do. I don't know who he was talking to. He was talking to himself out loud. That was pretty crazy. I'm actually talking to you guys, whether they know it or not, but maybe he's a little confused. Now, where's the whole gist of this relationship? What can it bring musically? I don't know. What's the purpose of growing it further? Do you see it going to a higher level, which we're going to actually hear music with this artist who is big in the headlines, I might say, because of his music, and he's actually worked his career correctly and put all of his focus on music. Now, he had a stint with Rich the Kid, but that was over with. But as we see, Lil Uzi Vert has always connected with the public. He's connected with the generation as well. Do you think that would be a good team for him being as connected as he is, but continually making music in the way he is? Is this a definite hit? Is this going to be something we can look forward to? Well, I hope so. I hope he extends his catalog and looks into making this a prevalent thing that he brings to a lot of the people that listen to the music, that do different things with the music. Now, what are deeper implications of the relationships that artists are making? There can be many different inklings and many different assumptions made, but what is the truth? What is the reality? We have to think about it logically. Is Cleo just doing the business? Or is Cleo trying to extend her network, which everyone should make connections and extend their network? Honestly, that is part of the ideology behind CommenterNation. That you guys not only speak to each other, but speak to me as well, and we can deal and understand each other a little deeper. That's something that a lot of YouTubers don't do, and that is why, if anything, that is why I feel it is essential that this channel blows up and becomes the next best thing, because no other YouTuber does this. Now listen, and I'm just throwing this out there. Every YouTuber I've watched for years that did things a certain way, I randomly see trying to connect with their commenters now. Applaud yourselves, as XxxTentacion would say. Applaud yourselves. Because now we're in a whole different realm where what we've made, whether they want to say it or not, we've set the tone. You know, when you're playing a game, when I was playing football, my coach always said, set the tone. We've set the tone. We've set the tone of the way this YouTube thing works, regardless of the views, regardless of the interaction. We've set the trend. Not only that, hashtag CommenterNation. It doesn't matter. From here to infinity, now it's rocking. Anybody says CommenterNation, they're talking about us. They're talking about we. They're talking about everything we stand for. That's one thing that's very important to know. That's why I did commenter recognition. That's why I did things the way I do. Because a lot of people don't move that way. A lot of people move different, and it's just not, let's say, wholesome. There's a certain level of a future to bring into, and we picked the tone. We picked the whole, let's say, vibe, and we made it the new trend. We're trending so hard that people don't want to give the credit where it's due. I always learned to give credit where it's due. That's why I told you the different YouTubers that I looked up to, that I learned from. That's why I have iconic channels that I've watched continuously. That's the difference. That's what makes the difference. That's what sets the tone. We've shown where the format and the understanding has come from. We've learned from it and we grew. That's the difference between us and a lot of other brands, a lot of other foundations. No one has a foundation that builds and grows with the commenters, where you can interact and dictate the way things flow by having good opinions, good knowledge, and just participating overall. And anyone that's tried to reach out to me, they can say I have responded. That's the difference between me and a lot of YouTubers. That is why I trend how I do. That is why, regardless, even if credit's due, people are going to hate to give the credit, because ultimately they can't stand to see someone do good. And that's the thing you'll learn a lot around you. People could be as nice as they can be, but when they see you doing something different, everybody's critical. Everybody has criticism, but not one person stepped up to help build the platform. Not one. A lot of people honestly told me, oh, that's not going to work. That doesn't make sense. But look where we're at now. And I don't speak on that to be cocky. I speak on it to keep it real. Do you know how people were shading it? Do you know how people didn't believe in it? I even still have people that act funny and do different things. But that doesn't matter to me. Because I built it from the ground up. When you build something from the ground up, you don't stand around to admire what you built. You continue building. And that's the difference between when you do it from the bottom and when you have a bunch of help to do something, because you see the bigger picture. And that's hard for a lot of people to realize. That's hard for a lot of people to believe in something they can't see. But I always have, and I've always done that. I've took the Learn quiz on one of the ads you see, LURN, the Learn quiz, and I scored over 81% over that. 70% was basically saying if you didn't score at least a 70%, you're an entrepreneur, which means that you're a free thinker within a system given to you of a businessman. But it showed me I'm a real entrepreneur. So none of the stuff I was thinking of, none of the things that I had in mind were a joke. Now, how does this play into things I talked about? As we see XxTentacion think through, whatever interaction he did have with his mother made the man he became. So it's still a part of what he's become, whether you guys like it or not. So why down the very person he valued regardless of the situations he went through when he has most the right to hate them that way he does? When he has most the right to complain and do the things he does? Why do that? If you want to really honor his memory, give respect to the person and the people he loved the most. Give respect to the whole genre and ideology behind who he was, not just the music he made, which is from a fan standpoint. But that's why I tell you, I'm nobody's fan or fanatic. And if you never heard that, you hear it now. But I am a deep thinker that looks into the truth of people, and I think critically on everything they've done and everything they mean to the culture. Well, what people call a culture, whether it is or isn't, that's another argument. But what people discern as the culture, that's what I say. Because honestly, you can't be pro-black and still glorify the downfall of black on black crime. That doesn't work. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So you can't profit off the death of another man of the same race and then find glory in it at the same time while you're saying, oh, I'm proud to be this. No, because you prey on those who are alike you because they're alike you, whether you realize it or not. See, it gets deep. But you rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved. We're going to get on to the next topic. Hopefully you get to see the multiple videos that I have today. We're going to see how it goes. So just remember, it was a rumor. She denied it. We're moving on. All rights reserved.